Make a costume entirely based on a pun I just saw on the internet? Certainly not. But also, I have nothing intelligible to say other than I saw the pun while scrolling ye old Instagram. I saw it on Tina's Vintage Garb, who I'm not convinced is not Marilyn, rebirthed. And while I remained silent scrolling on my phone, I can assure you my internal state was more like, booby trap. So quite simply, that is what we're gonna make this week. A Merlin Monroe costume by blending our girl Marilyn with Merlin. You're welcome for explaining that. I know you were confused. This is gonna be pure silliness. So let's just get on with it. Let's go to the design phase. The design of this is going to be relatively simple. I'm basing it off of her white dress from the 7-Year Itch, which to me sounds like a very serious medical condition. To make this more Merlin, I'm going to add little rhinestone stars sprinkled throughout, paired with a fun fabric, a hat, and a beard, because why not? I think we're just about ready to get to work. Good morning. Time to get started. Ah, so strong. Oh God. I should have known sitting on the floor means that I chose playtime. Beep beep. Starting fresh on this project. I'm quite excited. It's been at least a month since I've done a cursed project, and so here we are. Also, I don't want to talk about my sunburn marks. I went to a Pride festival yesterday and definitely wasn't wearing a satchel and a necklace. Definitely not. Let me show you the pattern that I got, the fabric that I got, the accessories that I got, and I shall not show you the facial accessories. That will be a surprise just for you. The pattern. It's an original 1957 design. Felt like it looked a lot like Marilyn's white dress. Remake this shorter version in a magical fabric, which I shall also show you. Ta-da! If you're wondering if this is the most uncomfortable fabric that I have ever held betwixt my fingers, you would be correct. The sacrifices we make for magical fabric. Wait, hold on. Blue, green. I think that this will make a really cool wizardy dress. That's the idea anyway. Couple drawbacks of this fabric. Horrible to touch. It's very scratchy because this is just like a woven tinsel, essentially. Because of that, it frays with the mere breath upon it. I might have to really go ham on the fray check so that it doesn't completely disintegrate while I'm trying to make this dress. I have that, I have the pattern, and then a million rhinestone stars. Just following my sort of sketch, I'm just gonna kind of pepper those throughout the waist and then possibly the bottom. I don't know, we'll see how we're feeling. Unfortunately, some of the stars are very goopy. I was going to actually sew these all on individually. I cannot sew through that like gluey material. I might just fabric glue these on. It might be a little easier. First thing that I need to do though, cut out all the pattern pieces and then we can get rolling. Also a little teaser. This might be the last time you see me sewing entirely on the living room floor. Let's get to work. Right then, I think these are all the pattern pieces that I need. These are all of the skirt. The front and the side, and the front and the sides are both cut on a fold, so ooh-wee, this skirt is gonna be voluminous. And then we have the bodice, which is really easy. We have the little yabo hammocks, the bottom of the bodice, and then the side and back. Easy. So now I'm gonna lay out the fabric and start cutting. Tally-ho. The skirt panels were a wee bit tricky and I had to finagle a bit, as you can tell by my pensive fingers. I actually honestly ended up, I think, about 1 or 2 panels short, but you can't really even notice in the end. Guess what? I'm here at the fabric store. It quickly dawned on me that I'm going to need a lot of fray check, because even just cutting these out with the pattern pieces on them, the fabric is falling apart as if Thanos snapped his fingers. So I'm just going to go relieve Joann's of pretty much all of their fray check supply. I think I'm gonna grab a lining fabric while I'm here. Normally I like to recycle stuff and probably would use a tablecloth, but we are pressed for time, so I'm just gonna grab a couple yards of something here. Probably not gonna line the skirt because ain't nobody got time for that. Let's go get that stuff and then we can continue. God, it got hot in here from turning off the car with 35 seconds. Once the lining pieces were all cut out, I started working on the darts. And then a necessary step in any summer project. I absolutely love this season. I love it. Once the fray check had dried, I decided to attach the lining layer and the outer layers, as well as a very important discussion about childhood movies with Savannah.
I'm like,
Popo Gijo, when I'm with you. Once I sewed around the edges for that, I took the finished product and turned them inside out, so they sort of looked like little wizard hats themselves. Oh, look. So I got to pressing all of those layers and hand gathering. Unbeknownst to me, the people screaming at me to just use a gathering foot on the machine for God's sake. So I started laying out these skirt panels and oh my God. And as mentioned, I think I'm 1 or 2 short, so you can tell it really doesn't matter in the end. Alright, good progress for today. Here she is so far. Let me tell you something, this fabric, she's thick. And so the gathers look a bit silly, they look a little cupcakey. I think I can probably work on this area a little bit to get it a little bit more thin. The bottom, I'm actually pretty okay with the volume. It means I don't have to wear like a petticoat or anything. The plan for tomorrow will be that we put these things together and then we can start on the fun stuff, which is like the details and the stars, all that magical stuff. See you tomorrow. Good morning. Day 2, we got some work to do. Now, I've already gone ahead and I have attached the skirt to the bottom part of the bodice. I will be entirely truthful in saying that I hated every gosh ding dang second of it. Truly dreadful. In case you ever thought to yourself, hey, I really want to make sewing videos in summertime in my living room in which the AC is pure garbage, don't. So now the skirt is attached to the bodice, which looks like it's quite tight. I think if I wear like a corset, which I probably should because Marilyn is all about the scientific term. It'll be fine in that aspect. I just won't breathe. There she is. I can attach this to this. We can move on to putting the decals on and then we can do the hat. Deal? Let's go. Let's glue some stuff. I've got my stars. I've got some fabric glue influenced to buy by watching Kamui Cosplay's videos. I think it comes from Germany. It's called Gutermann, which makes me think of Gunther from Adventure Time, and that makes me happy.
Gunter, are you blowing it up in here?
I'm probably gonna have to go get my face mask, aren't I? Frick! The life of a crafter, man. So many toxic chemicals. My idea being glue a variety of stars onto here and then along the bottom as well. It's pretty simplistic now that I'm actually working on it. And I truly think the beard will really help tie things all together. All right, let's get to work. Break. Hi, and welcome back to only the best audio quality. Always. Maybe I should have had a plan. Oopie! For where I was going to be placing these. But you know what? I feel like the stars in the sky don't have a lot of order, so why should I?
Wow.
Wow, there's a lot of skirt here. I think I'm just gonna do periodic stars so that I'm not here for 76 years. Wow! I'm gonna keep going with this. Let's make a hat. As you can see, I have a bunch of junk. Somehow it will manifest itself into a wizard hat, or a party hat, more likely. I don't want this to be too big. I'm kind of okay with it being small, comically small, and a little dinky. We are embracing the dink. I watched a YouTube video about how to do this, specifically how to make a pretty princess hat, kind of protractor situation. Half circle, probably not very well. Yeah, that'll do. This is not, no, no, no.
What is that?
I've hit the part in the project that I like to call the uh-oh moment, where my brain goes, uh-oh, I don't want to work on this anymore. That doesn't look great. Oh, you know what? She totally started from the corner. Watches a YouTube tutorial and then immediately deletes all information about YouTube tutorial from brain. Hold please, I'm gonna get a fresh piece of foam and then we're gonna do this right. Yeah, it should, in theory, beautiful. We wanna cover it with the same fabric. Spray adhesive. Schwamp. I'm gonna cut it out, leaving enough to wrap around the edges. This is actually my new calling. I think I want to quit YouTube, start making party hats full time. I'm really good at this. If I just keep telling myself that, it's gotta be the truth, right? So sticky. Stunning. I will hot glue, put stars on it. If this content got any more exciting, I don't think you could handle it. Yep. I think I'm gonna call it quits for today, at least on camera wise. I am definitely going to finish up the dress probably tonight. Before we head to the makeup transformation, I need to set up my photography set for the brilliant photos that I'm sure this will produce. So let's do that. Well, disregard the actual carnage from the last video. I will not provide any context. Okay, well, I'm thinking this can be my photo shoot area against the stone wall. Oh no. I've said this before, but I think my life has just come down to a never-ending battle of keeping this barn clean. Wooden box? Sure. Merlin likes wooden boxes for sure. Definitely. Whoa! Toothless. Oh, my labels. Ooh. Hoppa. It's hot in here. Ooh. I'll have a sword in there, why not? What else I got? Wizard Gandalf's hat. All the wizards hang out. This is my all the wizards decorate like this. As it is, we're not rushing to join the union for set dressers. with some lighting, can make this a little bit more magical. Also, I have some potion bottles that I'm currently filling up with the most viscous liquids that I can find in my house because I don't know where my food coloring went. Whoa, just want a little hint. Do I have an outlet back here? Ah, we're doing it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And my hat will be here. It's not bad. I'm gonna go place my potions and then the transformation. Let's go. The transformation. Let's get started, shall we? The first thing I'm gonna do is get rid of this hair. Clean canvas, if you will. Not only that, but it does make me feel glamorous. Glamorous. I actually think I can just stop right there. Mr. President. We'll wipe off these eyebrows. Chwomp. Always reminds me of that part from SpongeBob. Of course they were fake. I actually think I'm gonna do brows first. Our girl Marilyn. I like to call them jack-o'-lantern brows. They're quite geometric. Don't sneeze now, come on. My body's like, oh, you're doing something important. Let's sneeze literally 17 times. Come on now, triangle brows. Whoop, meow, meow, whoop. Horrendous. A little highlight to really enhance those triangles. Oh yeah. Now, a little bit of contouring of the face. Faking the eyelid size with some concealer. Okay, now the eyes I feel like is where Marilyn really comes to life. Fake the shape a little, which she actually used to do. So it's much more of a downward slope than you would think. So it kind of creates that like kind of eye that she used to have, just like that. Okay. And down. Very triangular she is. She has a bottom liner parallel to the cat eye. Now I'm going to do lashes, but I'm going to kind of cheat and slant them this way. Ta-da! All right, now blush. Might have been too much. Nah. She had blue eyes. I'm going to go put contacts in and put the wig on. I'll be right back. Wow, perfect. I purposely got a very, very platinum wig because I figured it would match the beard better. Just normal things. Just like this. And then I'm gonna get dressed and do the first part of the reveal. And then I'm gonna come back and do the most important addition.
20 minutes later.
Oh, it has ear straps. Goodness. I need a mustache. Good thing I bought one. Oh, yeah. The glamour. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so itchy. I'm going to groom my glorious mustache. And then I will see you in the reveal, my friends. Well, we did it. There she is. Merlin Monroe. A costume purely based on a pun I saw on the internet. I guess I'll do a quick wrap up. What went well? What didn't go well? The inside of this dress? It is atrocious. I think everything else worked out pretty well. I still am trying to figure out gathering. I feel like I gathered the bottom, but it's not like as pleated as it is in the illustration. And I don't really know how to fix that. The stars, I think actually worked pretty well with just the glue. I was a little worried about the volume of this dress, but I think it actually worked. I love the color changing fabric. I think it's really cool. Also, and it came to a big surprise to me, this actually fits. So I put a bra closure all the way up and down the bottom, and I'm pretty excited about it because I thought I was gonna have to fake it. Honestly, that's my new favorite way to close dresses. It's so much easier than zippers. Zippers are the actual bane of my existence. I love the beard. I think the beard is really stinking cute. It's a lot more thick than I thought it would be. It's quite nice. I don't want to say it was a rush project, but it was definitely something that I was hoping I could get done within a couple days. Somehow I managed to do it. I'm really, really happy with it. I think it's cursed. I think it's cute. That's the combination I try to live my life with, okay? My face is so uncomfortably itchy. Thank you for being here and allowing me to make just stupid, nutritionally valueless content for you to eat up. My children. I love you whether you're new or old to this channel. If you're new here and you feel like sticking around, feel free to subscribe. I upload every other Friday and we have fun here. And I will see you in my next video. Bye! I can insure you, oh my god, insure, yeah, I can insure you, guys. Is there anything more humbling than doing the slightest bit of movement in your house and just everything shake, rattle, and rolling? It's like I'm an exhibit at Jurassic Park. When they give you the eye. Get out of here, tripod. Turned into a Mars attack alien.
I've been waiting day and night.
Oh. Baby, going on an adventure. Hey, I have an idea. Let's play, I don't remember where I took my mic off. It's great, you'll love it. I'm quite proficient in it. I don't like to brag, but